We're doing two college football player props here on PrizePicks for Friday, August 30th. This is the Friday college football slate here. I'm targeting one's game specifically for this video. It's going to be Stanford versus TCU. But before I get into the video, guys, take a look in the description below. Hop into the premium Discord, $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. So I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks, other cappers in there as well, posting all of their plays. Super positive community. Everyone in there just trying to help each other cash. Again, link in the description below for that. Again, I also mentioned I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. Simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. But let's get right into it, you guys. Two college football player props. Like I said, I'm targeting this same game for this Friday slate. Not a ton of games here on Friday. I will have a Saturday slate video obviously coming out later, obviously for the Saturday slate. But nonetheless, I like this game a lot here. TCU, Stanford. We got a 59.5 over under 9-point spread. Stanford's going to be 9-point underdogs here at home. So should be a good one. Vegas is definitely expecting this game to be pretty high scoring. One of the higher game totals on any game on the slate of Thursday or Friday. So, but yeah, let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's just get right into this video. So the first play I'm looking at here is going to be a goblin. Again, I don't want to continue to give goblins, but for this video, and I mean for the purposes of just being able to track these plays, there's not a ton of value on the board currently, and especially these games being the first game, week 0 or week 1 essentially, super early. So I want to keep these. I want to see profit, right? I want to see bankroll building. But the first play is going to be Drake Dabney. Where is he at? Drake Dabney over 24.5 receiving yards. Drake Dabney, tight end, transfer from Baylor. He's in an absolute elite spot here. A lot of people, books included, are heavily favoring Josh Hoover to have a pretty significant game here, the quarterback for TCU, and it really puts Drake Dabney in a strong position. So last season he was at Baylor, 33 catches for 552 yards on 52 targets, averaged 10.6 yards per throw, and you can see essentially he was over this line last season of 6 of 10 games, over 24.5, right? But 6 of 10 games here over last season, I think he steps into a much bigger role here. We know going back to last season, Jake Hoover loves his tight end position, and he targeted the tight end position a ton. Wiley was the tight end last season at TCU, and in games with Jake Hoover, I think he actually was second on the team in targets. So we know the quarterback at TCU is going to heavily target the tight end position. We know this game is going to be a shootout. And we know that Drake Dabney is a super talented player, right? We see this article here on Dallas Morning News. Drake Dabney takes over for Jared Wiley at tight end, poised for breakout senior campaign. I mean, even last season, I think he was actually one of the top tight ends in the country at Baylor with minimal usage. And obviously TCU is a very pass-heavy offense. So it should just even expand his ability to move the ball downfield, push the ball downfield, and be able to rack up those receiving yards pretty easily. So at 24.5, I think as a goblin is just super elite value in my opinion, and I like this spot a lot here with the game total being so high, with Drake Dabney being an intricate part of this offense, a huge part of this offense actually. And then again, Stanford last season, if you look at the entire ACC, this new conference now Stanford is now in. They gave up they would have given up the second most receiving yards in the entire conference to the tight end position last season. But again, in the Pac-12 last year, they gave up the most receiving yards to the tight end position. So it's a great spot for Drake Dabney here. I like his over 24.5 receiving yards as a goblin. The second play is going to be, again, from the same game. And I'm looking at the tight end from Stanford. 2 tight ends here. I like Sam. Well, let's see if we can pull this up here. I like Sam Roush over 36.5 receiving yards. So again, this pair here is a 2.25x multiplier, you guys. 2.25x. I like Sam Roush here a lot. I think given their 9-point underdogs here in a super high scoring game at home, they're going to be passing the ball. Stanford really doesn't have a run game. They don't have really any established running backs here. And Sam Roush is a good player. All right. Last season, he started the season off being the backup to Benjamin Urasek, who actually has now transferred to Georgia. So he's the guy. He's the alpha tight end in this offense. And you can see last season when he was getting those starter reps or seeing those targets of, really once Benjamin Urasek got injured. I think, let's see when he got injured actually. Let's see. He got injured, Benjamin Urasek, last season. Let's see. I want to find out the exact date for you guys here. So he got hurt upper body, did not play. Yeah, so he exited the game against Colorado last season, right? So exited the game against Colorado, and you can see here Sam Roush, right, in that game versus Colorado, and afterwards, right, Colorado started seeing starter offense, right? He was a part of the first team offense, 38 receiving yards, 43 receiving yards, 61 receiving yards, 33 receiving yards, and 62 receiving yards, okay? So we're seeing him 2, 6, 4, 8, 8, 4 targets, right? Averaging pretty decent yards per throw. I mean, I think on the season last year, he averaged 6.7 yards per throw. Saw 42 targets. Now him being the alpha #1 receiver in the offense. He was recently named to the John Mackey Award watch list, which is given to the best tight end in the country. And again, over on Outlier, you guys, link in the description. Over in only 4 of 12 games, but if you filter this to like the last 5 games, over in 3 of his last 5, averaging 40.8 yards per game. Again, given the game script, I think they're going to be passing a ton in this game, and Sam Roush, I think, should be second option to the quarterback. I think at Stanford behind, I think it's the Alik Ayonomos. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ayomanor. Behind him, it's going to be Sam Roush, and it's a great spot. 9-point underdogs, 60 points, essentially game total. I like these two plays for this YouTube video. Friday, PrizePicks, college football, August 29th. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about these two. Please drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.